Good evening. We'd like to call this meeting to order, please.
Excuse me. Adequate notice of this meeting was provided and published in the Asbury Park Press and the Ocean Star on February 16, 2024. Copies of the agenda were provided to the newspaper, posted on public bulletin boards and the Township website.
Thank you. Can we get a roll call?
Councilman Albanese.
Here.
Councilwoman Pontorero. Councilwoman DeYoung.
Here.
Councilman Feynman.
Here.
Councilwoman Travers.
Here.
Vice President Ambrosino.
Here.
President Menachino.
Here.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'd like everybody to rise to salute the flag and a moment of silence, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Madam Clerk, you accept the reports, please?
Yes, of course.
Thank you. I had a motion and a second for the minutes, March 12th, please.
Motion.
Roll call?
Councilman Albanese.
Yes.
Councilwoman DeYoung.
Yes.
Councilman Feynman.
Yes.
Councilwoman Travers.
Yes.
Vice President Ambrosino.
Yes.
President Menachino.
Yes.
Thank you.
Now I'd like to invite the mayor up front. We have a couple presentations. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. If I could kindly have Alexi Majeski from the Ocean County Library come on up from the Brick Branch. We are going to take a moment to honor our librarians for National Library Week, which is taking place April 7th through the 13th. And just a reminder, I know I've said this every year since I've been on council and now as mayor, I spent a good deal of my life being a librarian. As a school librarian, I loved it. It's such an important job, and I'm happy to be here to celebrate with you. So I'm going to share the proclamation with everyone. Libraries offer the opportunity for everyone to connect, learn new skills, and pursue their passions no matter where they are in life's journey. Libraries have long served as trusted institutions striving to ensure equitable access to information and services for all members of the community, regardless of race, ethnicity, creed, ability, sexual orientation, gender identity, or socioeconomic status. Libraries continue to adapt to the ever-changing needs of their communities, developing and expanding collections, programs, and services that are as diverse as the population they serve. Libraries are accessible and inclusive places that promote a sense of local connection, advancing understanding, civic engagement, and shared community goals. Libraries play a critical role in the economic development by providing resources and support for job seekers, small businesses, and entrepreneurs, thus contributing to the local prosperity. Libraries are an essential and fundamental institution working to improve society, protect the right to education and literacy, and promote the free exchange of information and ideas for all. Our community is fortunate to be home to the Brick Branch of the Ocean County Library, with a hardworking staff who help to provide opportunities to connect and are continually expanding their resources to adapt to our changing world to meet the needs of their patrons. Therefore, libraries, librarians, library workers, and our own friends of the library will be celebrating National Library Week. And I, Lisa Crate, Mayor of the Township of Brick in the County of Ocean in the state of New Jersey, do hereby proclaim the week of April 7th through the 13th, 2024 to be National Library Week, and I invite everyone in Brick Township to celebrate that week with us. So thank you so much for all that you do. Thank you so much. What's good for you? Oh wait, hold on a second. Just one of the back glasses. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Should I just be going?
Surely.
Okay. We have a second proclamation that we would like to present as well for March 2024, and I'd like to invite Wyatt Earp, the board president of the Ocean County Meals on Wheels program, to join me for this proclamation as well. So we have March 2024 is Meals on Wheels of Ocean County Month. On March 22nd, 1972, President Richard Nixon signed into law a measure that amended the Older Americans Act of 1965 to include a national public-private nutrition program for individuals 60 and older. For over 50 years, this law has supported our nation's seniors and helped to fund community-based organizations such as Meals on Wheels of Ocean County, and is still the only federal program designed to meet the nutritional and social needs of our older adults. Meals on Wheels of Ocean County provides nutritious meals both through home delivery and at community cafes throughout Ocean County, and helps older residents maintain their health and independence. In 2023, Meals on Wheels of Ocean County served over 240,000 meals, including over 35,000 delivered to Brick Township residents and over 1,700 served at Community Cafe at the Brick Senior Center. The senior population is increasing substantially, and action is needed now to support local Meals on Wheels programs through federal, state, and local funding donations, and raising awareness to ensure these vital services can continue to be delivered for years to come. Meals on Wheels programs from across the country are joining together for the Save Lunch campaign this March to celebrate their collective success and to generate the support needed to ensure these critical programs can continue to address food insecurity and malnutrition, combat social isolation and loneliness, enable independence, and improve health outcomes. And I just want to say that I had the opportunity this week to participate, or last week I should say, to participate in the Mayor's Meals on Wheels Day, and it was really a pleasure to go around. Our drivers for this program are phenomenal, and when we talk about combating that social isolation, that is a huge part of some of our seniors' day, is having those Meals on Wheels drivers come in, say hello, see how they're doing, check on them, and have a little conversation. So it was just such a pleasure. So I just want to thank you for that and declare that I, Lisa Crate, Mayor of the Township of Brick in the County of Ocean in the state of New Jersey, do hereby proclaim March to be Meals on Wheels of Ocean County Month. And thank you so much for all that you do.
Thank you. Thank you, Madam Mayor. And so she went out with our drivers on a freezing cold day, by the way. It was not a warm day, so yes. So that just shows her dedication. I also want to thank the council and frankly the citizens of Brick, because Brick has always been very supportive of senior citizens. And you know, you heard the numbers talked about, and she talked about our drivers. So let me just say, Andy's has been with us for 15 years. Glenn's been 15 years. Paul's been 12. The new guy, Robbie's been with us for only 3. That's the new guy, you know. But we're really proud because they do take an interest. When people see you saw that, they see the face, and I hear this from everybody who's been on these trips, the face of that driver, they light up, because that's maybe the only socialization they're getting for that week is those delivered meals to their homes. So we really appreciate it. I know you talked about the numbers, so it's significant what happens. And I also want to thank Zelma and her entire crew, because, you know, Brick is home to one of our 5 community centers. And she has been, it's been a great partnership because Brick, again, takes care of it. They've had the senior center, they're built the new facility, it all, you know, redid the new facility, whatever, but they're helpful with the transportation because, yes, people who can't get out, but people who can get out, it's so important that, you know, they might not be able to drive, but they can get together and sit at a table with other people and have a meal and chat a little bit. So I think that's important. And I'm just gonna close with a couple stats, and you talked about it in your 98% of the people, so they get surveyed afterwards. Nobody ever agrees to 98%. 98% they feel more independent living, receiving Meals on Wheels. 94 said they're eating a better balanced meal because of Meals on Wheels. 88 feel less lonely because of Meals on Wheels. And this is an interesting one and not self-reported, it's an actual 64% of people who are in our program have less doctor's visits and less hospitalizations. So the few dollars we do to take care of seniors actually has not only just in their quality of life, but actually their physical expenses for hospital visits. So I just want to thank the citizens, the mayor, and the council for all you do to support us each and every day. Thank you so much. Yes, and we're going to take a picture now. Oh, wait, you can hold this for a picture. All right. Where do you want us? Here?
We'll be over here so we're not
Okay.
got this thing in the way. you so much. Thanks.
All right.
Nope, that stays like that.
Thank you. Next, we have a couple of budget presentations. You put the mic in front of you, does that mean you're going first, Steve?
I think so.
Steve called it. Steve called it.
Oh, all
It
right.
was an arm wrestle before you guys got here.
All right, so the first presentation is from the Public Works Director, Steve Krakowski.
Yeah.
Krakowski? Did I say it right? Was I close?
Yeah, Kurkowski.
Close enough?
Yeah,
All right.
that works.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Thank you for this opportunity to present a brief overview of the Department of Public Works, which includes the road crew, solid waste collection, recycling, buildings and grounds, and vehicle maintenance. Sanitation. The sanitation department makes more than 2.7 million stops per year to residents' homes. In 2023, we collected 38,427 tons of solid waste. Salary and wage budget for sanitation has decreased 2.8% as a reduction in overtime costs, and the operating budget increased by 9.3% based on actual expenditures from 2023. The sanitation department is proud to serve our residents and take great pride in serving Brick Township. The township's recycling program resulted in 7,168 tons of single-stream recycling in 2023. In addition, 11,240 cubic yards of brush and 8,920 cubic yards of leaves were collected. Our utility crew, otherwise known as the road crew, does an outstanding job year-round. Along with all the drainage repairs and replacements, the crew also fills potholes, fixes sinkholes, seals cracks in the street. The salary and wage budget for the utility crew is included in the sanitation budget. The operating budget for the utility crew decreased 11.5% this year as a reduction to outside contractor budget to be more in line with the actual expenditures. The 10 employees on the all-purpose crew do everything. They fill in when sanitation needs drivers, operate the street sweeper and the jet vac, and complete necessary drainage projects. They also take care of township parking lots and our public beaches and immediately respond as needed for brush and tree removal following weather events. In 2023, in-house construction completed the renovation of the new senior/EMS building on Aurora Drive. In the past few weeks, they have begun work on the new special operations building here at Town Hall for police and EMS. The work of the in-house construction crew has significantly saved the township's cost compared to hiring outside contractors. The employees on this crew complete a significant list of projects that would cost significantly more to outsource. The building and grounds crew ensure the functionality of all township properties, including Town Hall, DPW, Civic Plaza, the Senior Center, Havens Farms, and EMS building. The buildings and grounds salary and wage budget increased by 7% with increased overtime costs. The operating budget decreased 3%. In this budget, variances are more common and are based on the year's projects at hand. Vehicle maintenance includes 7 exceptional mechanics, 2 supervisors, and a shopkeeper. They service more than 300 vehicles for the township, including all sanitation trucks, dump trucks, plows and sanders, police vehicles, ambulance, boats, and also all of our heavy equipment. The salary and wage budget for vehicle maintenance increased 10% with increased overtime costs, and the operating budget increased 3.6%. This amount is also subject to fluctuation based on the fleet and needed repairs. The township sign shop has 2 staff members who manufacture and install hundreds of signs annually. They also mark township vehicles and are responsible for striping township facilities as needed. Last but not least are the professional and knowledgeable office staff that operate the call center at DPW. The call center consists of 4 exceptional employees who answered 87,002 calls in 2023 from residents and assisted them with their request. Again, I would like to thank the mayor, Lisa Crate, the council, and administration for their continued support. It matters and it makes a difference. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there any questions for this gentleman from the public? Yes, sir.
Just one question. I don't know if I heard right. Your recycling tonnage for the year, 7,168?
Tons, yep.
That's down from 9,647 tons last year. Is there a reason why we're getting less recyclables?
People just aren't recycling as much.
And we're also rejecting a lot of loads because people are
Contaminating.
contaminating them, which would contaminate the entire load. So we are rejecting a lot of recycling at the curb if it's got plastic and other things in it that ruin the whole entire, truck full when we get to the landfill.
Do we get a lot of, I know I see that myself.
Yeah.
People, you drive by, you see the plastic bag on top of the can. So you just automatically reject the whole can?
We don't pick it up, and we're notified sometimes by the resident calling us, yelling, why wasn't my can picked up? We make some phone calls, we find out why. So, we're really gonna work hard on continuing to educate people of what's not allowed in the cans and what is, and we'll continue to do that and hope for less times that we have to reject picking it up.
But don't you get them next month? I mean, they take the bags out, and what are they gonna do with the recyclables, other than put them in the garbage?
Right, and that's probably what's happening because they can't be bothered to go through the can that's full of trash and take things out.
I was just thinking, 2,000 tons over 9 is a significant amount.
You're hired.
Thank
See
you.
if you say it out at the end of the meeting.
Thank you.
All right,
Anybody
I
else
get
from
back
public?
ready.
Seeing none, close public. Thank you very much. Our next presentation is from Rec Department, is Dan Santinello.
I'd like to start by first taking the time to express my gratitude to Mayor Crate, Council President Vince Mendicino, and Vice President Ambrosino, members of the council and administration. On behalf of the Recreation staff, I am pleased to present our 2024 budget. The mission of the Recreation Department is to enhance the overall physical and recreational needs of the public by promoting quality of life to its residents through fun family events and variety of activities and programs for all ages. Recreation staff prides ourselves on creating positive recreational programs through coaching, teaching, and mentoring. Our goal as a staff is to create a small community feel with a large community presence, to elevate the social, cultural, and physical well-being of our citizens of Brick Township. In 2024, our Recreation Department is excited to launch new programs and events. We are bringing back our National Kid Day to parks on Saturday, May 18th. This activity-filled day is for children in grades K through 3 and a parent who will hop on a bus and visit 5 of our township newly renovated parks, with activities and special events planned at each park. We are also looking forward to expanding our programming with more art classes, and after a popular demand, the senior prom is back. After taking a brief, with the COVID, our very popular program was the senior prom, which our high school seniors helped out with our township seniors, and we're excited to bring this back in 2024. Our staff is also making some changes in our girls' youth softball program that will ultimately make the game much enjoyable for our young athletes. These changes were made by a joint effort of our volunteer coaches and recreational staff. We're also continuing a handful of programs that were successful last year as new programs. They are Intro to Track and Field, our preschool summer camp, wrestling clinics, softball clinics, pickleball clinics, and variety Challenger League activities. At the Recreational Department, we're thrilled to be able to continue offering our community such wonderful programs and events. We have a summer full of special events that we hope everyone can attend. The Summerfest concert series will be kicking off the 4th of July with an epic firework performance featuring Trans Am. 2024 marks our 10th year anniversary for our farmers market. There will be a lot of fun activities throughout the season on each Saturday through the summer at Windward Beach. Overall, the Recreation Department budget increased 13%, which includes staffing and operating budget. Recreation also supervises our beach operations at Ocean Beach 1, 2, and 3. Our seasonal beach staff includes 65 lifeguards and 20 badge checkers. We expect to have 45 returning lifeguards who are recognized for being one of the best trained lifeguard staff on the Jersey Shore. Between these guards, badge checkers, and crossing guards, we will once again be able to provide our beachgoers with a clean, safe, and well-managed beach. Traders Cove Marina and Park had yet another successful season. This summer, we will have all 120 boat slips rented again. We also had 133 boats on our winter storage, which is up from 2022. And the boat ramp generated $56,980 in revenue, which was an increase of 10% from last year. This year, we will keep delivering the best services, programs, and planning the special events that improve the lives of our community. My entire staff has done a fantastic job in keeping our mission statement true to its word. Again, none of this would be possible without their extraordinary work. And a special thanks to Mayor Crate, the council, and our business administrator for all your support. We're looking forward to yet another great year.
Thank you, sir. Any questions from the public for this gentleman? Seeing none, thank you. We have one more presentation. It's for Parks, Robert Burns.
Good evening. On behalf of the Parks Department, I'd like to take a moment to thank Mayor Crate, Council President Maricino, and Vice President Ambrosio, and the Council and Business Administrator for their continued leadership. I am pleased to present the Parks Department budget for 2024. The Parks Department is a division under Department of Public Works. Our 18 full-time employees, 2 part-time, and additional seasonal employees oversee the parks, the township parks, sports fields, grounds, and all township facilities. The employees maintain 20 parks, 10 basketball courts, 8 tennis courts, 5 pickleball courts, 3 bocce courts, 1 skate park, 1 bike and scooter park, 3 horseshoe pits, 3 football fields, 15 soccer fields, 2 cornhole game areas, 6 miles of bike trail, and 22 softball and baseball fields. We are also responsible for all the playground and picnic area maintenance and repairs. We maintain our sports field, including a 40-acre sports complex at Drum Point. This complex is consistently recognized as one of the best in the state. This year, we are renovating Mallard Point Park, the T-Dock Fishing Pier at Windward Beach, and all the walking paths at Windward Beach. The salary and wage budget remains relatively flat. However, the overall budget increase was only 3%. We continue to take on more responsibility in the efforts to decrease the use of outside contractors. We currently manage over 225 irrigation zones with 2,500 plus sprinkler heads. There are 147 acres of grass fields maintained by the Parks Department. There are also many intersections, roadsides, detention basins maintained by the Parks Department. In addition, we maintain all township-owned properties such as Town Hall, Civic Plaza, Cultural Arts Center. We recently took on additional grounds and maintenance and irrigation at the new Senior Center EMS building on Aurora Drive. One of our most time-consuming tasks is our annual fall and spring leaf collection. This process takes approximately 10 weeks in the fall, beginning at the end of October until the second week in January. We immediately move into Christmas tree collection for 3 weeks. Spring leaf collection begins in April for approximately 3 weeks. Throughout the year, we pick up brush, leaves, deliver and repair township-issued automated cans, and complete tax liens issued by the Township Code Enforcement Department. Outside of our daily maintenance of all the above-mentioned areas, we also oversee lake management, fertilization program, solar field maintenance, synthetic field cleaning. This year, we will continue to be responsible for the Windward Beach maintenance. The Parks Department also plays a key role in all township events. Whether it's a tournament at Drum Point, Summerfest, or Farmers Market, we assist in any way needed to make sure all events run smoothly. The department continues to take on more responsibility as we move forward in the renovation of our parks. We look forward to the challenge and will continue to work hard, keeping them safe and enjoyable for all of the Brick residents. On behalf of the Parks Department and employees, I would again like to thank Mayor Crate, Township Council, and Administration for their continued support and efforts. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Any questions for this gentleman? Seeing none, thank you. Thank you, gentlemen. Okay, this brings us to 4.1, ordinance on first reading, cap rate ordinance, please.
Calendar year 2024 ordinance to exceed the municipal budget appropriation limits and to establish a cap bank, NJSA 40A:4-4514.
Thank you, and there's no public hearing on this ordinance tonight on first reading. Councilman Ambrosino, please.
Thank you, Council President. This ordinance allows the township to establish a cap bank for future use. The ordinance allows for increases for budget appropriations and allows the township to bank any unused monetary room. The cap bank ordinance allows the township to increase budget appropriations by 3.5% over the prior year's appropriations and to bank any unused appropriation room for the next 2 succeeding years. This ordinance is simply precautionary. It is not funded through a tax increase, since it is only used in subsequent years should we need to fund a one-time expenditure. The monies available by this cap rate index ordinance may be used to offset costs of any future disasters and the need for any future emergency appropriation. We aren't generating cash. We are creating the ability to raise money in the future should we need it. If the funds are not needed in the succeeding 2 years, the bank is simply dissolved. Thank you.
Thank you. I get a motion and a second, please.
Motion.
Second. Thank you. Open to council. Seeing none, close council. Roll call.
Councilman Albanese.
Yes.
Councilwoman DeYoung.
Yes.
Councilman Feinman.
Yes.
Councilwoman Travers.
Yes.
Vice President Ambrosino.
Yes.
President Menachino.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. This brings us to Resolution 5.1, introduction of 2024 municipal budget. Mayor. Thank you.
Okay, good evening, everyone. Good evening, Council President Menachino, Council Vice President Ambrosino, members of the council, and residents of Brick Township. I stand before you tonight to present my proposed municipal budget for 2024. This budget is the culmination of months of hard work by the township's financial team, as well as the result of many years of instilling a philosophy of fiscal responsibility, an effort that has produced undeniable results and created what we consider to be one of the most efficiently run and fiscally conservative municipal governments in Ocean County. This budget also reflects the cost that comes with exceptional services and programs that I am deeply proud of, serving all residents from the very young to our active aging seniors. Tonight I present a municipal budget that funds the services that the residents of Brick Township rely on and deserve, and ensures that they continue uninterrupted. This budget prioritizes the Brick Township Police Department, dispatchers, special police officers, and EMTs that work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to keep our community safe. The Brick Senior Services and Senior Center that provides our older residents with essential services and life-enhancing programs. Our Public Works Department and the services they provide, including sanitation and recycling collection, leaf collection, street maintenance, and more. It funds the maintenance of our beautiful parks and recreational facilities. It funds the Brick Farmers Market, Summerfest, Trader Cove concert series, and other community events. It funds our beautiful ocean beaches. It funds every service provided to the citizens of our community by the municipal government. In crafting this year's budget, our objective was clear: to provide a budget that funds these services and programs while adhering to the conservative fiscal principles and policies that have guided this government since 2014. To that end, I am proud to say that this year's $117 million budget has increased only 1.9% from last year. This modest increase is a testament to this administration's commitment to fiscal responsibility and running an efficient and effective municipal government. When I look back on 2023, I can attest to the great accomplishments we have experienced on behalf of our residents, and we will build upon those successes in 2024. Brick Township's public safety needs are always a priority, and we are committed to a full roster in our police department, special police dispatchers, and EMTs, the most we have ever had in the history of our town. Part of our commitment to them is the equipment and facilities they need to function efficiently. Within the coming weeks, we will be hosting the grand opening of the new EMS home on Aurora Place. This state-of-the-art building is just the start. Within the next few months, we will have another grand opening, this one for the Special Operations Building here at Town Hall. This new facility will serve both EMS and our police department, giving both of them the space and support they need to be prepared and ready to serve our residents no matter when the call or need. As the year unfolds, we will be working with the Board of Fire Commissioners to develop plans for a public safety building on the Barrier Island. This facility will house the fire department, EMS, and police, including our summer crossing guards, and will be manned 24/7 all year long. In 2023, Brick Township became the only municipality in Ocean County to offer dialysis transportation for our seniors. We launched this service for one reason, because it was the single biggest need that our seniors struggled with. Many were not able to receive much-needed dialysis simply because of transportation problems. The township has removed those barriers, and now both buses have full ridership every day of the week. So much so, we have a third bus coming to make sure no Brick senior goes without dialysis because of lack of transportation. Like me, you surely see our senior buses all over town. Doctor's appointments, grocery shopping, pharmacy trips, and special events like the farmers market. We serve our seniors unlike any other municipality in Ocean County. And we're not stopping there. Brick Senior Services moved to its new home on Aurora Place in October of 2023. In addition to the dialysis transportation program, launched the community cafe and nutrition program. We also began a community lunch program at the Brick Housing Authority with a focus on providing a well-balanced hot meal to our most vulnerable residents living at the Housing Authority. This is being funded by a grant through the American Recovery Act. We expect to serve approximately 2,000 meals through this program. In 2024, we will be applying for grants to expand our community lunch program throughout areas of town so that more of our seniors have access to a hot meal served by a supportive staff. The senior parking lot at Aurora Place will also be paved, and ADA-compliant doors will be installed using township CDBG funds. The rock stars that are the crew at Public Works will continue to get the equipment and support they need to serve our residents. In 2024, we will be working hard on a master plan at the facility on Ridge Road. This new facility will ensure that they have room and most updated equipment to do their jobs, and will include space for our building and grounds crew, as well as the construction of a vehicle wash station, a state-mandated service that we currently have to contract out for. Building one of our own will ensure 24/7 access and will ultimately save us money. Supporting the building department to better serve our residents is a priority. In 2023, they issued close to 5,000 building permits, which doesn't include engineering and zoning permits. They work hard to turn around permit applications after a thorough review. And as 2024 develops, we are honored to have been the only municipality in Ocean County to have been awarded a $5 million grant from the New Jersey Department of Environmental Protection Climate Solutions Grant for marshland restoration. This grant is part of an $8 million project that includes dredging several areas throughout town and then using those dredge materials for marshland restoration. This will be a tremendous step forward in addressing persisting flooding in low-lying areas of Brick Township. The Mayor's Open Space Saver Committee has been hard at work, and in 2023 celebrated a huge victory with the acquisition of Bretton Woods property on Manalooking Road. This 31-acre site was acquired with participation and support from the Ocean County Lands Trust. The township is now protecting this property from what would have been a 59-home subdivision. It will remain open space, which greatly benefits all of the residents of Brick Township. And we are working hard on a few other properties we feel should be a priority for open space acquisition, and look forward to sharing more updates with you throughout the year. In 2023, we celebrated the grand opening of the completely refurbished Cedar Bridge Manor Park and the township's only bike and scooter park at Drum Point Sports Complex, furthering our commitment to have facilities for a wide variety of interests, including pickleball, skateboarding, dog parks, and more. In 2024, we hope to break ground on our next park project, Mallard Point Park, and refurbish the safety surface at Frady Park. Brick has always been well known for its comprehensive family-centered events and activities. In the coming year, you will see a lot of activity and excitement at Lounge 270, a place for our teens and young adults to connect and thrive. The return of the beloved senior prom, where high school seniors escort and enjoy time with our senior citizens, and backed by popular demand, the second annual Longest Table event. Of course, we expect a banner year of Summerfest concert series kicking off on the 4th of July, as well as many special activities as we enjoy the 10th year of our beloved farmers market. We have the best beaches on the Jersey Shore and award-winning parks, programs, and services. These are the things our annual municipal budget does for our town and for our residents. This year's budget does require us to ask a little more from our community in the form of a slight increase in the municipal tax rate that equates to an annual increase of just over $98 per year for the median home in Brick Township. One of our fiscal priorities has been the reduction of the township's debt. On January 1st, 2014, the township debt stood at over $168 million. This was after a decade that saw the debt grow by over $86 million. I'm proud to say that last year, we were able to eliminate $3.7 million from the township's debt, which reduced the overall debt on January 1st of this year to just over $125 million. This is a reduction of 25%, more than $43 million from that high water mark of $168 million. This equates to roughly $572 for every single resident of Brick Township eliminated. Again, this debt reduction is the result of sticking to conservative fiscal principles and prioritizing projects and equipment purchases and doing them as fiscally responsibly as possible. Before I close, I'd like to thank our Business Administrator, Joanne Bergen, and Chief Financial Officer, Maureen Laffey-Berg, for their outstanding work on this budget. A municipal budget requires months of preparation, a great deal of hard work, attention, and compromise. Their patience, diligence, and understanding were integral to the process, and I extend my warmest thanks to them. I look forward to working with both of them for many years to come. With that, this budget is now in the hands of our Township Council for their review and ultimately its adoption. I am confident that as you review this budget, you will see that it is fiscally conservative, lean, and responsible. And I continue to look forward to working with all of you to have our town have that big town with a small town feel. To the residents of Brick Township, I pledge to you that we will continue to work tirelessly to ensure that your hard-earned property tax dollars are being used and managed wisely. We are all aware of the responsibility and obligations we have to you. We are committed to continuing the work of the past decade and creating an efficient, responsible, transparent, and accountable municipal government. Thank you for providing me with this opportunity to address you and the citizens of Brick Township, and let us all continue to work together to make Brick Township the best place to live, work, and raise a family. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. And this brings us to our consent agenda.
Well, we're gonna take a motion for the introduction of the budget first.
Okay. Motion and a second?
Motion.
Second.
Roll call.
Hold on. Who made the second?
Derek.
Derek.
Thank you. Councilman Albanese.
Yes.
Councilwoman DeYoung.
Yes.
Councilman Feinman.
Yes.
Councilwoman Travers.
Yes.
Vice President Ambrosino.
Yes.
President Menachino.
Yes.
Thank you.
Now?
Yep.
Thank you. This brings us to our consent agenda.
We have our budget hearing advertised for different day. All matters listed under item consent agenda will be enacted by one motion in the form listed below. If discussion is desired on any item, this item will be removed from the consent agenda and will be considered separately.
Thank you. 6-1, please.
Authorize certification of compliance with U.S. Equal Opportunities Employment Commission.
Councilman Albanese, please.
Thank you, Council President. This resolution certifies compliance with the United States Equal Employment Opportunity Commission's enforcement guidance on consideration of arrest and conviction records, employment decisions under Title VII of the Civil Rights Act 1964. This is a requirement by the Division of Local Government Services as a part of the 2024 municipal budget submission.
Thank you, sir. 6-2, please.
Authorize budget transfer.
This resolution authorizes budget appropriation transfers as needed for year end. These transfers do not increase our overall municipal budget in any way. We are moving funds from one account to another. 6-3, please.
Authorize submission of strategic plan for the Brick Municipal Alliance Grant fiscal year 2025.
Councilwoman Travers.
Thank you, Council President. This resolution authorizes submission of a strategic plan for the Brick Municipal Alliance Grant fiscal year 2025 in the amount of Drug Enforcement and Demand Reduction Grant of $21,773, cash match of $5,443.25, and in-kind match of $16,329.75. Thank you.
Thank you. 6-4.
Authorize receipt of bids, operation of food truck at Brick Beach 3.
Councilman Feynman.
Thank you, Council President. This resolution authorizes the receipt of bids for the operation of a food truck at Brick Beach 3 during the summer months. Due to repairs of the concession stand, this contract will be a one-year contract for the operation of a food truck at Brick Beach 3 commencing May of 2024. The township went out for bids previously and none were received. Thank you.
Thank you. 6-5, please.
Authorize receipt of bids, Traders Cove Dredge Program.
This resolution authorizes the receipt of bid for dredging at Traders Cove. This project will dredge the dock area where the township rents boat slips. This much-needed project will help make areas more navigable. 6-6.
Authorize award of contract and rebid Summerfest food truck vendors.
Councilman Ambrosino.
Thank you, Council President. This resolution authorizes an award of contract for Summerfest food truck vendors in different categories, including Category 1, which is hot food. That goes to Big Blue Wrap and Roll of Pine Beach. Category 2, grilled and fried items, being awarded to Delano Food Service of Long Valley. Category 4 is specialty, going to Highway 2 Ohana of Lavalette. Category 4 again, specialty food, to John and Debbie O's Concession of Toms River. Category 4, specialty, to Little Caesars of Toms River. And Category 3, ice cream, to You Scream Ice Cream of Brick. The township is rebidding this contract in the hopes of getting additional vendors. Thank you.
Thank you. 6-7, please.
Authorize member participation in the Monmouth Ocean Educational Services Commission.
Councilwoman DeYoung.
Thank you. This resolution authorizes the township to participate in the Monmouth Ocean Educational Service Commission Purchasing Cooperative, a cooperative pricing system municipalities can use for the purchase of goods and services. This particular co-op is most helpful to our buildings and grounds crew for needed HVAC work in township buildings.
Thank you. 6-8.
Authorize closeout change order number 1, roadway improvements to Laurelhurst Phase 3.
Councilman Feynman, please.
Thank you, Council President. This resolution authorizes closeout change order number 1 for the roadway improvements to Laurelhurst Phase 2 contract with Earl Asphalt Company. The change order decreases the contract by $364.67. Thank you.
Thank you. 6-9.
Authorize award of contract Affordable Housing Council.
Councilwoman DeYoung, please.
This resolution auzes the execution of a contract for Affordable Housing Council with a pool of professionals including Mamera Law, Woodbury, Pashman Stein, Walder, Hayden, Homedale, Skorinsky, Hollenbach, Little Falls, the Law Office of Marco DiStefano, Union. These professionals will be added to our current pool of firms previously awarded a contract on January 2nd, 2024.
Thank you. 6-10, please.
Authorize waiver of section 110-5 of the Township Code allowing dogs at the farmer's market.
Councilwoman Travers.
Thank you, Council President. This resolution was reviewed and approved by the Council's Recreation Committee. It allows dog owners to bring their canine companions with them to the farmer's market held each Saturday from May through September at Windward Beach Park. Dogs are allowed in township parks as long as they're leashed and their owners clean up after them as needed. However, the bandshell area at Windward Beach is considered a beach area where dogs are not allowed. Over the years, responsible dog owners have expressed dismay at not being allowed to bring their dogs to the market, and our staff requested the committee consider this exemption. Last year was the first year dogs were allowed, and the change went very well. Thank you.
Thank you. 611, please.
Authorize amending beach rules and regulations to prohibit canopies and tents on Ocean Beach's 2024 summer season.
Councilman Albanese.
Thank you, Council President. This resolution amends the beach rules to ban canopies and tents at Brick's public beaches this summer. The Army Corps of Engineers Beach Replenishment Project will not be completed this summer and does not have an anticipated start date. Therefore, with limited space on the beach, the Township's Recreation Committee is in favor of this resolution to ensure all beachgoers have the ability to enjoy the beach with less intrusion from canopies and tents.
Thank you, sir. 612, please.
Authorize installation of bus shelter, Highway 88 westbound between Jack Martin Boulevard and Laurel Brook Drive, mid-block 50 feet west of the Walgreens.
Councilman Ambrosino.
Thank you, Council President. This resolution authorizes the township to request a new bus shelter on State Highway 88 between Jack Martin Boulevard and Laurel Brook Drive. This is on property owned by Walgreens. The resolution authorizes the township to request permission from Walgreens to allow New Jersey Transit to complete the installation of the bus shelter. Thank you.
Thank you. 613, please.
Authorize special events permit grand opening Big Belly Bagel.
Councilwoman DeYoung.
This resolution authorizes a special event permit for a grand opening event at Big Belly's Bagels on Drum Point Road. The grand opening celebration will take place from 9 a.m. to noon on April 2nd.
Thank you. 614.
614A is an inspection fund release for Block 1149, Lot 5, Lavotti's Old World Market.
Thank you. 615.
615A, tax overpayment for the year 2024 at Block 383.03, Lot 27, and 15B is tax overpayment for the year 2023 at Block 889, Lot 4.
Thank you. This brings us to the end of the consent agenda. Can I get a motion and a second, please?
Motion.
Second.
Open to council. Seeing none, close council. Open to public for the questions on the resolutions only. Mr. Sluka.
Just presuming of fact that the budget isn't part of this consent agenda, right? Even though it's a resolution? Okay. Wanted to make sure. I had a question, but no big deal. This one, how many people get on the bus at the Walmart thing where there's two driveways going in and out? Walmart and Walgreens and the other one? That we have to have a bus shelter there? What do you get, one a day? To 100 a day? About how many people?
I don't have specific number, but when we talk about seniors and residents that use those bus stations, we've had actual requests from the senior center for a bus station,
In
for
the
a bus.
senior center? Oh, okay, 'cause
People use that.
I hardly see anybody there ever.
It might be during a time that you're not driving by.
Right, and I'm not driving by, I'm going into the driveways, and that's right between the two driveways, the Walgreen and the Walmart.
Well, there's a sidewalk there right now
What?
as well.
Yeah, there's a sidewalk.
Area there, so we
Right.
would be, we have to get permission from Walgreens to.
Put it in
Put it
behind the
within.
sidewalk?
Mhm.
Not in front of the sidewalk, because there's not enough room there.
No, 'cause there's
It would have to be behind.
Mhm.
Okay, it just looked, I'm saying, boy, just putting it between two driveways that do a lot of traffic. And, you know, it just
Well, it's
seems.
not safe for people to just stand there either.
No,
At
it's
least
not
offers
safe
them a
either
little
way,
bit
to
of
even have a stop there.
Shelter.
Yeah, they shouldn't have to, they should stop further down the road, they wouldn't have that problem, either
That's
way.
New Jersey Transit.
Where it is dangerous, either way. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
Did you say we couldn't ask questions on number 5?
No.
No what?
Hold on one second.
No, we can't ask questions?
No, we're gonna take questions at the budget hearing, which is the second week in April, meeting in April. That's when we're doing the budget hearing.
Well, this is a resolution, it's on tonight's agenda. It's not an ordinance on the first reading, it's a resolution, so why can't we ask questions?
It's not on the consent agenda.
It's not on the consent agenda. So on the second meeting in April, you can ask your questions. That's the hearing.
Item 13. I just happened to read that thing because it's in my neighborhood. And item 2 says all other businesses in that complex have to be closed during the 9 to 12. Is that true? And do you enforce that?
Lynn, I can speak.
The businesses are closed on Tuesdays in that shopping center, except for the bagel shop.
All those businesses are closed, or are you making them close?
No, we're not making them closed. They are closed.
Okay, so that's just for that one particular grand opening?
Yes.
Because it sounds like when you do a grand opening, everybody has to be closed.
No.
No?
Well, they're only having the grand opening on that Tuesday, April 2nd, on that one day.
But all those businesses,
those
the Chinese
businesses are
restaurant, the
closed
pizza place,
on
everybody else?
Until the pizza place opens at 4 o'clock, I think, that day.
Okay, so all the other ones are closed normally?
Right.
Okay. And just one other question about the tents and things at the beach. How much of the beach did we lose, percentage-wise? And you think this is going to impact attendance?
Well, that's a moving target on almost a daily basis, how much sand that we've lost, because it's just a constant ebb and flow, but the replenishment's not here to give us the beach that we need to allow for these canopies and tents.
So
That's clear.
10%, 20%, 30%?
I can estimate it for you.
Do you think this is going to cause a loss in revenue? People can't put up there?
No,
I have no idea how many go up, whether it's 110 or 100.
personally.
A lot?
Yeah.
People can still have their umbrellas and stuff, it's just that they cannot have the giant canopies.
I understand that. That's what I'm saying. How many of these canopies are normally there on a lot?
Yeah.
So it could impact your revenue.
No, it impacts the amount of space that people will be able to use the beach.
No, it might impact the people that say, if I can't put up my canopy, I'm not going.
That's.
Okay.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
I want to ask a question on the ordinance on the second reading for the police department enforcement. What's Title 39 of the motor vehicle regulations?
We didn't get there yet, sir.
You didn't get there yet?
No, sir.
Okay.
Thank you. Anybody else from public, please? Yes, sir.
My question is about the dredging, Traders Cove. When was the last time that was dredged? About approximately, maybe 5 years ago, I
Yeah,
believe?
that's a
About 5
good
years.
guess, somewhere in there.
So I've called the town several times. We live on a natural waterway in Brick, off of Mount Logan Road. So we have the couple easements that dredge in. We just had the bridge done down the road a little bit, on Old Hooper. The sill is just filling in that whole area. So the whole neighborhood has boats there. And it seems that everything else is getting dredged except for our area, which now we have a huge island right in the middle of the waterway that boats cannot go in or out.
So, in the mayor's budget comment, she talked about the $5 million DEP grant.
Right.
And that grant will be dredging all of the lagoon areas that.
But this is not a lagoon. This, I was told, because it's a natural waterway, they won't dredge it. But all the runoff comes out of sewer pipes and it just fills it in. Plus where PetSmart is in that whole little creek there, that's all filling in too. There's, honest to God, an island the size of this room almost now at one of the,
The county property, this is by the duck farm.
where Glenwood is, you know where Glenwood is?
Yeah. By
The boat ramp?
By the duck farm bridge?
Yeah,
It's just
yeah,
like-
exactly.
Yeah,
They
yes.
they just redid that bridge. All that dirt from them digging, it's filling it in, and it's probably 2 feet deep now, where it used to be 6 foot. I used to be able to walk across it up to my neck. Now, it's probably right, right up to your knees. So we asked in the past to get dredged, all, because that whole neighborhood has boats. It goes to Mermaid's Cove, the marina there,
Yep.
American Legion,
Yep.
that whole area right there. And it's literally an island. The county came out for the drain. They ran a robot up there to see if the pipe was actually broke, because this is a huge island there. And it just keeps on filling in, filling in, filling in. And I have a boat lift there, and I can't even get the boat down now because it's, just filled in that much.
We'll see what we can find out.
Yeah, we're gonna have to reach out to
Okay.
we'll have to reach out to the county and get some more information from them.
And our
Right.
township
And,
engineer.
yeah, and our engineer as well. Okay.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else, please, from public? Seeing none, close public. Roll call.
Councilman Albanese.
Yes.
Councilwoman DeYoung.
Yes.
Councilman Feynman.
Yes.
Councilwoman Travers.
Yes.
Vice President Ambrosino.
Yes.
President Menachino.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. This brings us to our computer bill resolution.
Be it resolved by the Township Council of the Township of Brick that the following bills be paid and that the mayor and clerk be and are hereby authorized to draw orders on the treasurer for the amounts of the same. Computer bill resolution in the amount of $12,253,959.82.
Thank you. Can I get a motion in a second, please?
Motion.
Open to council. Seeing none, close council. Open to public on questions on the computer bill resolution. Seeing none, close public. Roll call.
Councilman Albanese.
Yes.
Councilwoman DeYoung.
Yes.
Councilman Feynman.
Yes.
Councilwoman Travers.
Yes.
Vice President Ambrosino.
Yes.
President Menachino.
Abstain Teamsters, and yes to the rest, please. This brings us to our manual bill resolution.
Be it resolved by the Township Council of the Township of Brick that the following bills be paid and that the mayor and clerk be and are hereby authorized to draw orders on the treasurer for the amounts of the same. Manual bill resolution in the amount of $1,947,491.61.
Thank you. Can I get a motion in a second, please?
Motion. Second.
Open to council. Seeing none, close council. Open to public for questions on the manual bill resolution. Seeing none, close public. Roll call.
Councilman Albanese.
Yes.
Councilwoman DeYoung.
Yes.
Councilman Feynman.
Yes.
Councilwoman Travers.
Yes.
Vice President Ambrosino.
Yes.
President Menachino.
Yes.
Thank you.
This brings us to ordinance on second reading. 7-1, please.
An ordinance of the Township of Brick, County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, amending the Township Code in Section 288-52 to add locations for the police department to enforce motor vehicle regulations on private property.
Thank you. Councilman Feynman, please.
Thank you, Council President. Most statutes that pertain to motor vehicle laws and the Motor Vehicle Commission are in Title 39 of the New Jersey State's Annotated. When property located outside of a public right-of-way wants to enforce the provisions of Title 39, an application is made to the township to include the property in the Township Code, Section 288-52, Schedule 22. This gives the police the ability to enforce motor vehicle rules and regulations on private property. The sites in this ordinance have applied to the township for inclusion in our private property enforcement areas. These sites have all been inspected by the Division of Engineering to ensure that traffic signs and markings are properly installed in accordance with the manual on uniform traffic control devices. It is important to note that while the police have the ability to enforce motor vehicle regulations, the township will have no liability or obligation with respect to site maintenance. Thank you.
Thank you. Can I get a motion in a second?
Motion.
Thank you. Open to council. Seeing none, close council. Open to public. Yes, sir.
On that Title 39, is that only pieces of property in the town that request the police department on there. It's not open to any parcel if the people do not want it. Is that correct?
It's generally intended for commercial properties such
Okay.
as ShopRite, Kohl's Plaza, those types of places that want the police to be able to write tickets if people are in there violating traffic laws, which they can't do because those plazas are considered private property without making an application to be included in Title 39.
Okay. That's just all I wanted, a clarification. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Anybody else in public, please? Seeing none, close public, roll call.
Councilman Albanese. Councilwoman DeYoung.
Yes.
Councilman Feinman.
Yes.
Councilwoman Travers.
Yes.
Vice President Ambrosino.
Yes.
President Menachino.
Yes.
Thank you.
This brings us to second reading on 7-2, please.
An ordinance of the Township of Brick, County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, amending the Township Code of the Township of Brick in Chapter 86 entitled Alcoholic Beverages to authorize the issuance of a nonprofit theater consumption license.
Thank you. Councilwoman DeYoung?
Thank you. The state authorized the issuance of a plenary retail consumption license without regard to the usual population limits to a nonprofit corporation that regularly operates as an art house, movie theater, or conducts musical or theatrical performances or concerts for which admission is charged. This type of special license is known as a theater license. The bill amending the law was adopted in June 2023, but the amendment only extended to the theater license to include art house movie theaters. The theater license has been applicable to nonprofit theaters that conduct musical or theatrical performances for years. Under the current law, to be eligible for a theater license, a theater must be operated by a 501c3 nonprofit organization and have regular seating capacity of at least 50 seats and regularly conduct musical or theatrical performances, or under the new law, show art house movies. If the theater qualifies under the foregoing, then it is eligible for the issuance of a theater license by the municipality subject to the following conditions. Alcohol may be served for the 2 hours immediately preceding the show, during a show including intermission, and in the 2-hour period immediately following a show. For theaters with capacities of 50 to 999 seats, alcoholic beverages may only be served during the 2 hours following a performance no more than 15 times per year. The applicant must also comply with the usual requirements such as background checks for the principals of the nonprofit. This ordinance establishes the authorization to issue a nonprofit theater license at a cost of $250. Thank you.
Thank you. Can I need a motion in a second, please?
Motion.
Second.
Open to council. Seeing none, close council, open to public. Seeing none, close public, roll call.
Councilman Albanese.
Yes.
Councilwoman DeYoung.
Yes.
Councilman Feinman.
Yes.
Councilwoman Travers.
Yes.
Vice President Ambrosino.
Yes.
President Menachino.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. And this brings us to public comments.
Please note that each person addressing the council during any section of the meeting during which public comment is permitted shall limit his or her remarks to 5 minutes pursuant to Brick Township Administrative Code, Section 2-33B.
Thank you. Anyone from public? Yes, Mr. Sloop.
I'm just going to read my letter. So it's John Sluka, 950 Sylvia Court. Sorry I spelled your name wrong.
That's okay.
Dear Mayor Crate, March 23rd, 2024. Council President Vince Menachino, all Brick councilmen and councilwomen, the people of Brick, the local news reporters, and all those of Ocean County. The residents not particularly aligned and not financially well endowed haven't gotten a lot of help from the mayors and council members past and present, but the truth still needs to be told, so I'm here doing it. The residents of Brick Township and Ocean County continue to suffer the abuse of the New Jersey Turnpike Authority commissioners. They are dying prematurely after horrific illnesses, and the hidden impact of the Garden State Parkway continues to cause illnesses and make those illnesses and conditions they have more severe. Vehicles are a major source of this air pollution, producing about 1/3 of all the air pollution in the United States. The smog, carbon monoxide, and other toxins emitted by vehicles are especially troubling because they leave tailpipes at street levels. where humans breathe the polluted air directly into their lungs. The Garden State Parkway continues to impact the lives of the not-so-wealthy residents, and nothing seems to ever be done. Citizens have brought the statistics printed in articles about autism, COPD, asthma, cancers, and other diseases to the council meetings for many years, and truly nothing gets done. The council and mayor may not have the courage or to press the bureaucracy and the officials of the state to help the residents, but everyone should still be aware. Living areas in the township were near the Garden State Parkway, and new housing has been built near the impacted areas as well, and this has been causing some of these prolonged illnesses. A 14 to 20 foot pollution, noise, and safety wall, along with the increase in the number of trees and brushes, is needed, and alongside the heavily expanded Garden State Parkway. The people of Evergreen Woods, Greenbrier, Briar Mill, Lanes Mill, Brick High School, Cherrywood, Town Hall, and the library breathe in the toxins caused by the New Jersey Turnpike Authority commissioners and face the grave results of the particulates lodged into their lungs, hearts, and their brains. Hopefully the council and the mayor will do a little more to help, and will have the time to address the problems associated with the Garden State Parkway. Hopefully the mayor and council will not only find the time to investigate store openings, road, land, and sea projects and parades, but will fight the bureaucracy of the New Jersey Turnpike Authority commissioners. We will see if the council and mayor will step up and fight for the residents of Evergreen Woods, Greenbrier, Briar Mill, Birchwood, Brick High, and other places in Brick Township. Thanks again for your time. I yield back 2:20.
Thank you, sir. In the yellow? Yes. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm Mary Buckley, and I'm from 514 Azalea Drive in Brick. As a member of the Ocean County Senior Advisory Council, I'd like to really thank Mayor Crate and the council president and the council members for all that they've been doing for seniors in Bricktown. There's one thing that I wanted to bring to your attention, and I did a little bit of investigation. I contacted Councilman Albanese to find out if we had any comfort centers here in Brick, which I don't believe that we do. And for those of you who don't know, a comfort center is a place where, for instance, after Sandy, that it would be open to seniors especially, but it would be open to all the residents of Brick Township, where you would have access to electricity, a kitchen, food, and enough space to put cots down and so forth for people to stay. I think it's something that, I know that they are doing that. I believe they're in the process of creating one in Berkeley Township. And I thought that our senior center here on Aurora Place, I thought that they would have had a generator, but I don't believe that they do. Because usually EMS would have a generator there. So there are grants available that are from the state that are providing money for generators to establish a comfort center. And so I was hoping that maybe with my help, maybe with Councilman Albanese or anyone else, if whoever does your grants here in the administration, if we could work together and see if there's a way that we could get a comfort center done. And I belong to, I'm in the process of contacting like the Greenbrier, like a place would be maybe any of the clubhouses for any of the senior communities that are big enough. It could be a firehouse. It could be the senior center. It also could be my church. I'm talking to my church. It's something that I'm going to bring up to the trustees. So I'm just wondering if this would be possibly something that you might be interested in, that you think would be valuable to Brick Township. With the climate of what's happening, who knows what's going to happen when we're going to lose electricity again. And it would provide oxygen. We would be able to have oxygen available for seniors and those that need it.
Thank you. In fact, we did apply for grant funds for a generator at the new building on Aurora Place. So that's going to be installed. The gas line is going to be installed when we pave the parking lot this spring. The generator will be up and we'll be using the senior center, not necessarily as a Code Blue facility, which Mayor Crate is looking into with her clergy group. But we are doing that at senior center, so they will have a location for the seniors to go. That is fully gas generator, like I said, and they'll have a place to go to get out of the elements, charge up their phone, get a hot meal, a place for a little socialization if there's a weather event happening here in Brick. We're not going to apply for grants to put generators on properties that we don't own, so hopefully some of these other organizations are looking at getting generators for their clubhouses.
Okay, well, I know that, I believe that in Berkeley, for instance, they are doing it at senior centers, not at the senior community clubhouses, and the township is helping with that to try to get grants. So, I mean, there might be a possibility of being able to, I don't know if I don't know the status of with grants, but to establish it at other places, and if the township would help us apply for a grant or no?
We'll help you apply for the grant, but we don't install.
Oh, no, I understand that, but you would help apply for a grant through, okay.
For you to apply for a grant.
Right, but you would provide us with the information and so forth that if we needed that for a grant?
Yeah, whatever we have.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else from public? Yes, sir.
I'd like to address an issue that I brought up a while back, and that's the street lighting in Bricktown. It's old technology and very insufficient. With the current situation with crime going around the whole state, when you go around and look at these lights here, the high-pressure sodium is passé. It's not the best thing. You don't get the best amount of lumens or candle power out of those lights. And if you have light, it's going to deter any crime to a certain point. A lot of these streets, when you go on them, they'll have 2, 3, some have 5 lights on the, I'm talking about out near St. Lawrence and going out that way. There's very, very poor lighting there, and I think the township engineer should look into that, because I know they deal with the public utilities on the lighting, because I know the township pays for the lights. They pay the electric bill. But you're gonna have to look into, see if they can upgrade that in the town, because in the future, we might have